Hi guys, Seb here. As you can see, I'm trying a little bit of a different camera angle for this video. I think I probably prefer this one actually. But after receiving the decks through the post and taking some time to think about how to build it, I've managed to finish the Cyber Dragons. It didn't take me too long, as I already sort of had an idea of what I was going to put into it. There are some very unique twists that I've put to this build. This is more of sort of a fun build. Although it does work quite well on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, I do win quite a lot of stuff, even against some competitive decks on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. But I'll just get right into it. Right, so obvious thing: 3 Cyber Dragons. He's obviously the icon of the deck, really, isn't he? So you run 3 of him. 3 Cyber Dragon Core. This searches out your spells and traps, which include Cyber Repair Plant and Cyber Network to start things going, or to search for something if you need to. And also, when he's in the grave, you can banish him and special summon any Cyber Dragon monster from your deck. So it doesn't have to just be Cyber Dragon. It can be another one of him, or Zwei, or anything that has Cyber Dragon in its name. So he's really, really good. One of my favourites for sure. And he's treated as Cyber Dragon whilst he's in the field or the graveyard. 3 Cyber Dragon Dre. Now, some people only run 2. I like to run 3 because most people run 2 of this guy and 2 Zwei. I think Zwei is not that great in some situations. For example, say if there was a situation where you didn't have much card advantage and you really, really needed a Cyber Dragon that is treated as a Cyber Dragon without any cost. If you draw a Dre and you don't have a spell card in your hand, then you're kind of screwed. So, and Cyber Dragon Dre has just got the 1800 attack without attacking. So I much prefer him at 3 than 2 Zwei. And then I just run the 1 Zwei for the chances when you do need him. And so running around off the Cybers, Eltanin. This wins games, and it also banishes all the light machine monsters in the graveyard for you to bring back with Cyber Network later. For the 2 tuners, we run Genix Ally Birdman and my own personal tech, Fleur Synchron. He's a light machine, so he's banishable by Cyber Network and searchable from Cyber Repair Plant. And also, when he's used for a Synchro summon, you can play a level 2 or lower from your hand, so you can just play a core if you have it in hand. So I really like this. This is one of my personal techs. Honest, because people hate this card, and they're all lights. Well, apart from Birdman. And to round off the monsters, this is my own special tech. I only just realised this a few days beforehand, but X Head Cannon, Y Dragon Head, and Z Metal Tank are all light machines. Yep, that's right. They are all banishable by Cyber Network, and if you manage to banish all 3 of them with Cyber Network, you can get them all out in an instant when it goes. So XYZ Dragon Cannon is playable in this new deck, and that's my own little personal tech. Right, that's it for monsters. On to spells. Dark Hole, 2 MST, 3 MST. Sorry, my bad. This format's very back row heavy, so I feel like 3 MST is a must. 3 Cyber Repair Plant, the rotor for Cyber Dragons, well, light machines in general. If you have a Cyber Dragon in the graveyard, you can search one from your deck to your hand. If you have more than one, you can shuffle one back into the deck, but I never tend to do that, really, to be honest. The first effect is much better in my opinion. 2 DDR. This speeds up the deck with more combos, and also gets back anything banished that you might sort of want in an instant. Power Bond, Fusion Gate, Overload Fusion, Lyritor Removal, and Foolish Burial are all the ones that I run at 1. Foolish works really well with Core because you can send Cyber Dragon Core to the graveyard, then banish it and get any Cyber Dragon from your deck. Limiter, must have for machines. Fusion Gates just to get things banished, to be honest. Overload, again, to get things banished. and Power Bond is for those OTK situations, and that's what we run for spells. And traps. 3, Cyber Network. When this leaves the field, well, sent to the graveyard, you get back all your Banished Light Machine monsters. Their effects are negated, and you can't declare an attack. Well, conduct your battle phase, but mostly you just overlay, or say if you've got out XYZ, you could go into Dragon Cannon or something like that. So that's mainly what this is for, really, or Chimera Tech Fortress. This is I love this card so much. It's like the it's like Return for Cyber Dragons. Torrential, 2D Prison, because it comes with the deck. Bottomless, Solemn Warning, and 1 Trap Stun. I find 2's a bit cloggy. I've tested it and I think 1's good. That rounds it off for the traps. Oh, just go and get the extra deck. There we go. Right, for the extra deck we play Cyber Dragon, because he's summonable with Power Bond and summonable with Nova. So 1 Cyber Twin Dragon, 2's too many, I need space for the extra deck. Chimera Tech Overdragon for the Overload Fusion plays. 3 Fortress Dragons. This isn't too much. There's going to be a lot of opportunities when you're going to want to go into this guy, whether you're playing against someone using machines or not. He's really handy just to get, maybe sometimes to get core in the graveyard or something like that, so 3 is a good number. And for End of Fusion monsters, I'm sure you can guess what this is. XYZ Dragon Cannon, because you can play him with Z Metal Tank, X Head Cannon and Y Dragon Head. I really like this card. When you bring him back with Cyber Network, you just pop stuff and then just leave your opponent wondering what they're supposed to do. For Synchros, I only play a few Synchros. Black Rose, Catasta and Armory Arm. Catasta and Armory Arm are both machines, so they're this is banishable from... you can bring this back by Cyber Network, sorry. Black Rose just for field destruction, and Catasta because it's a machine and you can overlay into Nova with it. For the Exceeds, we play Zenmayo as an alternative to Nova. Shark Fortress, 2 Nova, and Gear Gigant for when you need to overlay with the XYZs or the XYZ heads or parts, should I say, or maybe with a Dre if you haven't changed it to level 5. But yeah, that's me rounding off my Cyber Dragon deck profile. I believe that this is pretty effective and fun, and I can't wait to play with this at my locals on Sunday. Let me know what you think, guys. Leave comments below on what you think of my build and my little techs with XYZ, Dragon Cannon and Fleur Synchron, and tell me what you think I could do to improve it. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.